Chosen one, what I'm about to share may surprise you, even shock you. If you are reading this, it is no accident. Something powerful is unfolding in your life right now. You are shifting from merely wanting to truly having. The things you have been praying for, hoping for, and waiting on are no longer distant dreams. They are moving swiftly into your reality. This is more than just a change in mindset. It is a deep spiritual and energetic transformation. You are the God they didn't choose but couldn't deny. You are not a temporary force or a fleeting legend. You are the permanent God, claiming your true reality through sheer will and unstoppable power. As a chosen one, you will begin to witness everything falling into place faster than you ever imagined. But to fully step into this, you must understand how this transformation works and align yourself with the energy of your new existence. Before you continue on this journey, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple action will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. This moment is yours. Your legacy begins now. There is a certain kind of power that isn't born from birthright, ritual, or destiny. It's the power forged in the shadows, unseen but undeniable. You are that power. When the heavens glanced your way, they didn't see a god, just a mere mortal. Yet, in their arrogance, they overlooked the fire burning inside you, a fire that no prophecy foretold, no divine bloodline guaranteed. This is the story of a God who emerged not from the approval of others, but from the fierce refusal to be ignored. History is filled with those who were overlooked, dismissed, or underestimated. Think of the phoenix, rising from ashes. No one believed it could survive. That is you. You are the embodiment of silent strength, the storm that brews in secret before the world realizes its force. The gods may have ignored your existence, but they never forgot the threat you posed. You were the quiet heartbeat beneath their complacency, the pulse of inevitable change. The pain of being disregarded sharpens the soul like no blessing can. Each moment of being unseen fueled your resolve, shaping a spirit that no divine decree could break. The world, and even the gods, tried to write you off. But how could they deny what they feared? Your presence alone unsettled their thrones, for you are the God they could never admit existed, yet could never fully deny. This is your origin, unchosen but unstoppable. In every culture, myths speak of gods who fell from grace or ascended by chance. You are something rarer, a God who rose by choice. Your story is not one of handed-down glory, but of claimed destiny. You are the living proof that divinity is not a gift bestowed by others, but a truth seized by those courageous enough to reach for it. This is your awakening, your undeniable reality. So listen closely. Chosen one, not chosen by the heavens, but chosen by your own unbreakable will. You carry a power deeper than any legend, one built on being the overlooked force that became impossible to ignore. The gods may have ignored you, but the world cannot. You are the God who was always there, waiting for the moment to show the universe what true power looks like. No one handed you your power on a silver platter. It was not granted through divine favor or ancient prophecy. It was seized through sweat, blood, and an unrelenting hunger to be more. Your strength was carved out of struggle, hammered on the anvil of hardship, and born from a refusal to accept less than greatness. This is not the power of luck or destiny. This is power earned with every breath. Consider the great warriors, inventors, and revolutionaries of history. None of them waited for their moment. They created it. Your journey echoes theirs. Where others sat in wait for permission, you rose in defiance. You did not ask for power, you took it. You refused to be a pawn in a game played by gods and fate. Instead, you became the player, the one who commands the board. The raw truth is this: power that is given can be taken away, but power that is taken becomes part of your very essence. It shapes your mind, your heart, your soul. It's forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by sacrifice, and strengthened by relentless will. You did not inherit a throne. You fought for it, and in doing so, you made yourself immortal. There is a profound beauty in claiming what others say you cannot have. Every step forward was a rebellion against the limitations imposed on you by gods, fate, or society. You shattered the illusion that power is something that must be handed down, proving that the fiercest authority comes from within. This is your legacy, the God who refuses to be dependent on anyone else's approval. And so, when the heavens trembled, it wasn't because they had lost their power, it was because they had lost control. You did not wait for them to choose you. You chose yourself. This act of self-empowerment is the truest form of divinity. It makes you not just a god, but a force beyond all gods. The moment you struck, the heavens shuddered. Not because you wielded a weapon of legend or summoned cosmic forces, but because your strike carried the weight of 1,000 battles fought within. It was the blow of a soul refusing to bow, a spirit breaking the shackles of false immortality. That single act was not just a strike, it was a declaration. Imagine the so-called immortal gods, beings who sat arrogantly on their thrones, wrapped in the illusion of eternal power. They believed their reign was unchallengeable, their authority unquestionable. But you shattered that illusion. Your strike exposed their vulnerability, their fragility beneath centuries of arrogance and complacency. Suddenly, the immortal were mortal, exposed and broken. This strike was not mere violence. It was the catalyst for an upheaval. It shattered not only physical thrones, but the very foundation of divine tyranny. The ripple of that moment echoed through the cosmos, rewriting the laws that had governed power for eons. The gods learned the hard truth. No throne is unbreakable when challenged by true will. It's not just the force of your blow, but the symbolism behind it that resonates. You didn't just fight gods, you fought the concept of destiny itself, the idea that some beings are born to rule while others serve. Your strike was a rebellion against a system that tried to cage you. With that blow, you redefined what it means to hold power. It is earned, not inherited. That strike was your birth as the permanent god. It was the moment when history stopped favoring the old order and began to write a new one. A moment that will be remembered not as a fleeting victory, but as the dawn of a reign where strength is not divine by birth, but by unbreakable will. Destiny is often spoken of as a path we must follow, a chain that binds us to a future written long before we walk the earth. But you have shattered this illusion. You proved that destiny is not a prison, but a challenge, a blank page to be written by your own hand. The chains that others accepted, you broke, and in doing so, freed not only yourself, but all who dared to dream beyond fate. Every god who came before you preached inevitability, that some are chosen, others are not. But this doctrine was a lie designed to keep power concentrated in the hands of a few. You shattered those chains by refusing to be a pawn, a figure in someone else's story. You wrote your own fate, bending reality to your iron will. This is the greatest rebellion of all, claiming freedom where none was offered. Breaking free from destiny's grip is no small feat. It requires the courage to face not just external enemies, but the doubts and fears within. You fought against every voice telling you that your path was fixed, that your role was predetermined. Your victory lies not only in what you destroyed, but in what you created, a world where free will reigns supreme. This act of defiance reshapes the very meaning of power. True strength comes not from following a path laid out by others, but from forging your own trail through uncharted territory. You are the God who refused to be written about by fate and instead wrote your own legend, bold, raw, and unstoppable. Your breaking of false destiny sends a message to all who hear it. You are never bound by what others say you must be. You are the master of your fate, the architect of your future. This truth will echo through eternity, inspiring all who seek to break their own chains. In a world obsessed with prophecy and predetermined fate, you stand as an anomaly, the permanent God who exists beyond these fragile constructs. You are not a passing phenomenon or a God bound by ancient scripts. You are the constant, the unchanging force that defies every expectation and rewrites the rules of existence. Prophecies are stories told to comfort the uncertain, chains forged to keep power in familiar hands. But you shattered those chains, proving that true divinity lies not in foretold events, but in the relentless pursuit of your own truth. You embody permanence because your power is self-made, self-sustained, and self-empowered. To be the permanent God means to be more than a legend that fades with time. It means becoming a force that shapes reality itself. While others rely on the will of the cosmos, you rely on the strength within. You are the storm that cannot be calmed, the flame that will never be extinguished. You transcend prophecy because you live in the present moment, fully aware, fully awake, and fully in control. When the illusion crumbled, it sent shockwaves through the heavens, and the hearts of those who worship these gods blindly. Suddenly, the eternal became mortal, the invincible became vulnerable, and the unshakable became shaken. You didn't just defeat gods, you dismantled the belief system that upheld their reign. In doing so, you freed countless souls from the chains of blind worship and fear. Your victory was a call to awaken, a reminder that true divinity lies not in perfection, but in strength born from truth. By breaking the illusion of godhood, you opened the door for a new kind of power, one built on authenticity, struggle, and self-mastery. You showed the universe that gods are not infallible, but those who rise beyond their limitations can become immortal in spirit. There is a name that the gods whisper in fear, yours. It's not the name of one chosen by fate or anointed by divine right, but the name of a God who earned every inch of their power. You are the embodiment of their deepest anxieties because you represent everything they cannot control: willpower, defiance, and the unyielding refusal to bow. Gods tremble not because you are stronger by nature, but because you are stronger by choice. You did not come to them with entitlement or demands. You came with raw determination, and that is terrifying. The gods used to unquestioned worship are unsettled by your refusal to accept their authority, your relentless challenge to their supremacy. Your name carries weight because it symbolizes rebellion against the old order. Every utterance reminds the divine hierarchy that their reign is not guaranteed, that their immortality can be challenged. You are the shadow at their door, the voice in the void that says, "I will not be ruled." Fear of your name is the fear of change, of losing control, of the cosmic balance shifting away from predestined gods to a new power, forged by will alone. The gods recognize that your rise is not an accident, but an inevitability born from the truth of your spirit. And so they tremble. Not because you are a threat they can't face, but because you embody the future they can't stop. A future where divinity is defined by strength, resilience, and the courage to defy the impossible. Strength like yours does not come wrapped in comfort or ease. It is born in the trenches of relentless struggle, in the fires of defiance against odds stacked impossibly high. Every wound you carry, every scar you bear, is a testament to battles fought, not just against others, but against yourself, your fears, and your limits. Life's challenges didn't break you, they made you. The moments when the world told you to quit became the moments that forged your spirit. Like a river carving its path through rock, your strength was chiseled out of perseverance and an unwavering refusal to surrender. Defiance is the heart of your power. It's the refusal to accept the roles others assign you, the refusal to bow before gods, fate, or circumstance. You became a force not because the universe granted you strength, but because you seized it with clenched fists and an indomitable heart. This strength is raw and real, born from pain, sacrifice, and a hunger to rise above the impossible. It is the kind of strength that shakes worlds and commands respect not through fear, but through undeniable presence. You are the living embodiment of the truth that power belongs to those who fight for it with every ounce of their being. This is your legacy, a God who was made strong through struggle and who stands unbreakable because of it. Certainly. Here's the continuation with the remaining headings, each filled with rich, engaging, and emotionally powerful content. Your triumph is not just a personal conquest. It's a cosmic upheaval, a revolution that shakes the very fabric of existence. When you claimed victory over the gods, you didn't merely win a battle, you ignited a spark that will burn across galaxies and echo through eternity. Your rise rewrites the story of power for all beings, mortal and divine alike. Revolutions are messy, unpredictable, and profound. They uproot old orders, challenge centuries of control, and redefine what is possible. Your victory symbolizes the overthrow of an outdated regime, a tearing down of false hierarchies that once dictated who could wield power. This is not a fleeting moment. It is the dawn of a new cosmic era. Imagine the countless worlds and souls watching as the immutable laws of divine authority crumble before your might. Your triumph inspires the oppressed, awakens the forgotten, and shatters the illusions that once bound the cosmos. The universe itself is a witness to your revolution, one born not from chaos, but from the unyielding desire to claim what was denied. This cosmic revolution transcends battlefields and thrones. It's a shift in consciousness. It proclaims that true power is not a birthright, but a conquest of will, that destiny is not a cage, but a canvas, and that you have redefined what it means to be divine. You are not a flawless being perched on a pedestal. You are a living testament to the power of choice, struggle, and self-mastery. You are divinity made human, raw, and real. The gods who came before spoke of divinity as something bestowed, a privilege granted to the few. You have shown that divinity is not a gift from the heavens, but a legacy forged through hardship and triumph. To be divine is to embody resilience, to wield power with intention, and to inspire awe through unshakable will. Your divinity lies in your authenticity, the refusal to wear masks or pretend to be something you're not. You stand boldly, scars and all, proud of every battle fought and every lesson learned. This vulnerability, combined with immense strength, is the true essence of godhood. Divinity, in your hands, becomes a living, breathing force. It is not about being perfect, but about being relentless. Not about being untouchable, but about touching lives and reshaping worlds. You have made divinity accessible, relatable, and powerful in ways the gods never imagined. You are the true definition of divinity, not distant or detached, but alive and unstoppable. Your story will be told for ages, a reminder that godhood is not something to inherit, but something to become. The gods of old thrived on empty praise, hollow worship, and blind devotion. Their power was sustained by fear and illusion. You shattered that hollow pedestal and built your reign on a foundation far stronger: truth. Your power is authentic, rooted deeply in reality and the undeniable force of your own spirit. Truth is a weapon sharper than any sword, and you wield it with precision. You did not demand followers through deception or trickery. You earned respect through genuine strength and unbreakable honesty. Your power radiates not from false promises, but from the raw, unvarnished truth of who you are. This truth sets you apart. While others hide behind facades, you stand transparent and unafraid. Your followers do not worship an image. They honor the reality of your struggle, the authenticity of your triumph, and the sincerity of your leadership. This kind of power cannot be taken or broken. Hollow worship fades with time, but power founded on truth grows stronger. Your reign is a testament to the enduring nature of authenticity. It inspires loyalty, commands respect, and creates bonds that no god before you could forge. You have proven that true power does not come from empty rituals or fear. It comes from living your truth boldly, unapologetically, and with relentless conviction. This is the power of the permanent God. The era of divine tyranny has ended. The old gods who ruled with iron fists and cold hearts have been toppled, their reign shattered by your indomitable will. What comes next is not just a new chapter, but a completely rewritten saga, the dawn of your reign, marked by justice, strength, and the power of true freedom. Tyranny thrives on fear, manipulation, and unquestioned authority. You dismantled these foundations piece by piece, refusing to be a victim of divine despotism. Your victory is not just about seizing power, it is about ending oppression and creating a realm where power belongs to those who earn it. Your reign is a promise to all beings, mortal and immortal, that fear will no longer be the currency of control. You bring a new order where respect is earned, justice is upheld, and strength is tempered by wisdom. This is a reign built not on domination, but on balance and truth. The old gods may lament the loss of their thrones, but your rise signals hope for the countless souls who suffered under their rule. Your leadership is a beacon for those who seek freedom, a symbol that tyranny can be broken and replaced with something greater. As the permanent God, You are the dawn after a lake's dark night. Your reign is the future, bold, just, and unshakable. The world awaits the new era you will build with unwavering strength and uncompromising vision. You are the eternal flame, burning bright in a universe hungry for hope and change. Unlike the fleeting sparks of legends and myths, your fire does not waver or fade. It is a constant beacon of strength, passion, and relentless spirit that will light the way for all who dare to follow. An eternal flame is not just about endurance, it is about illumination. You bring light to the darkest corners, warmth to the coldest hearts, and courage to the most desperate souls. Your presence inspires, empowers, and transforms everything it touches. You are the living embodiment of hope made real. The permanence of your flame means you are not bound by time or circumstance. Generations will tell stories of your rise, your struggles, and your triumphs. You are the God who transcends eras, a force that the heavens and the earth alike recognize as eternal. This flame is forged by every choice you've made, every battle you've fought, and every sacrifice you've endured. It is a fire born from pain and perseverance, rage and resilience, and most importantly, from an unbreakable belief in yourself. You are not just a god, you are the eternal flame. The permanent God whose light will never dim, whose legacy will never be forgotten, and whose spirit will burn forever in the hearts of all who believe in true power. The journey to true godhood was never marked by grand fanfare or divine prophecy. Instead, it was carved quietly, step by step, along an unseen path filled with sacrifice and solitude. While the heavens were busy celebrating chosen ones, you were navigating shadows, learning to wield your power in silence, away from the watchful eyes of fate. This path was unlike any other, difficult and treacherous, littered with doubt and hardship. Every step forward demanded more than strength. It required faith in yourself when no one else believed. The unseen path was your crucible, shaping not just your power, but your character. You were tempered by hardship, molded by resilience, and driven by an unrelenting hunger to claim what was never freely given. To walk an unseen path means embracing uncertainty and rejecting easy answers. You faced countless moments where giving up was the simpler choice, yet you persevered. This perseverance was your silent rebellion against the idea that destiny is fixed. By walking where no god had dared, you rewrote what it means to become immortal. This journey molded your soul as much as your strength. It taught you that immortality is not just living forever, but living meaningfully, rising every time you fall, and standing firm even when the world tries to erase you. The unseen path gave you a wisdom no throne or crown could provide. Today, your immortality is not just a title, but a legacy forged on an uncharted road. You walked where no one believed you could, and in doing so, you became eternal. Not because the heavens ordained it, but because you claimed it with every step. Fate is often seen as an unbreakable chain, a script written before the first breath. But you proved that fate is not a cage, it is a challenge. You stood face to face with destiny and shattered the illusions of inevitability that bound you. Your story is a testament to the power of defiance, a bold declaration that destiny bends before those who refuse to bow. The gods preached the inevitability of fate, weaving it into the fabric of existence to maintain control. Yet your defiance ignited a spark that unraveled this grand design. Every step you took against fate was a blow to the divine puppeteers. Every victory, a crack in the cosmic script. You rewrote your story with fierce resolve, turning chains into dust. Defying fate meant embracing uncertainty and wielding your free will like a weapon. You chose to fight against preordained paths, creating your own destiny with every choice and every sacrifice. This rebellion wasn't reckless, it was a calculated and courageous assertion of your autonomy. Your defiance reshapes the cosmos, sending ripples through time and space. It reminds all who dare listen that fate is not a master, but a challenge, a puzzle to solve, a mountain to climb. The power to change your path is not a myth, it is your reality. Because of you, fate no longer binds the universe. It now bends and shifts, trembling under the weight of a God who chose to fight, to challenge, and to conquer the chains others accepted as absolute. Power without heart is hollow, but your divinity pulses with a fierce, vibrant heartbeat. This heartbeat is the essence of your strength. It's your humanity, your passion, your raw emotion that fuels every strike and every command. It is what makes your power not just unstoppable, but profoundly alive. The gods who feared you could never grasp this truth. They wielded cold authority, distant and disconnected. You, however, carry the heartbeat of the cosmos within you, a living rhythm, born from pain, joy, struggle, and triumph. This heartbeat connects you to all that is, making your power resonate on a level beyond mere force. Your heartbeat beats with empathy for the fallen, with rage against injustice, and with an unyielding desire to protect those who cannot protect themselves. It is a pulse that refuses to be silenced, a relentless rhythm that drives you forward even when the odds seem insurmountable. This heartbeat is your signature, the unmistakable mark of a God who feels as deeply as they conquer. It binds you to your followers, inspires loyalty, and turns your divine power into something more, a living legend, a force that breathes and moves with the universe itself. In every moment of silence or storm, your heartbeat is the true source of your divinity, a reminder that true godhood is not absence of feeling, but the mastery of emotion. The fire you carry is a beacon, drawing others who hunger for change, those who refuse to settle for the status quo. It inspires armies, moves mountains, and ignites revolutions. Your ambition is a living inferno that reshapes worlds. Ultimately, this relentless fire is what makes you more than just a god. It makes you a force of nature, an unstoppable blaze burning through the heavens and lighting the way for all who dare to dream. Legacies are written in stories, in the hearts of those who remember, and most powerfully, in the stars themselves. Your legacy is no mere whisper in the void. It is a blazing constellation, a permanent mark across the heavens that tells the story of a God who defied everything to rise. Stars have long been symbols of guidance and eternity. Your legacy now joins those celestial lights, shining as a testament to your journey, your battles, and your triumphs. It is a story that will inspire generations, reminding all that greatness is earned through grit and unbreakable spirit. But a legacy is not just about remembrance, it is about influence. The stars you carve guide those who follow, lighting paths where none existed before. Your actions ripple across time, shaping the destinies of countless lives and worlds. Every star in your legacy burns with the lessons you've learned, the enemies you've defeated, and the truths you've uncovered. It is a cosmic monument to a God who did not inherit power, but created it through sheer will. In the end, your legacy is eternal because it is alive, constantly growing, inspiring, and lighting the darkness for all who dare to look up and dream. Power is often seen as a fleeting force, easily lost or corrupted. But your bond with power is different, an unbreakable covenant forged in trust, discipline, and unyielding commitment. This sacred agreement is the source of your unparalleled strength and the foundation of your godhood. Unlike those who seek power for selfish gain, your covenant is built on respect. You honor power as a force that demands responsibility and sacrifice. This respect strengthens the bond, making your power steady and enduring, not volatile or reckless. This covenant was tested in fire and battle, each trial deepening the connection between you and the source of your strength. It is a relationship not based on domination, but on mutual understanding and harmony. Because of this unbreakable bond, your power flows effortlessly, adapting to challenges and overcoming obstacles with precision and grace. It is both a weapon and a shield, a tool of creation and destruction. This sacred covenant defines you. It separates you from mere mortals and false gods alike, marking you as a true master of power, one whose strength is not a gift, but a sacred responsibility fulfilled. Your influence does not always announce itself with thunderous applause or blatant display. Often, it is a silent roar, a quiet force felt deep in the bones of the universe. This subtle power is more dangerous than any clash of weapons because it changes minds, hearts, and realities without warning. True influence shapes the unseen. You inspire revolutions before a sword is drawn, turn tides of fate without a word spoken, and unsettle tyrants through mere presence. This silent roar is a testament to your mastery of power beyond brute force. Your influence spreads like a shadow across the cosmos, reaching corners even the gods cannot touch. It molds thoughts, plants seeds of rebellion, and awakens hidden potential in the hearts of the oppressed. You are the whisper in the wind that becomes a hurricane of change. This subtlety makes your influence enduring. Unlike fleeting power, which fades with spectacle, your silent roar builds legacies, alters destinies, and breaks chains with quiet but unstoppable momentum. You wield influence as deftly as any weapon. An invisible force that proves true power is often felt, not seen. Rebellion runs through your veins like molten lava, hot, relentless, and unstoppable. You are not just a god who accepts change, you are the living embodiment of revolution, a force born to challenge every injustice and overthrow every tyrant. The fire of rebellion is a double-edged sword. It burns, it consumes, but it also cleanses and creates. You harness this fire to break the old chains that bound not just yourself, but entire worlds. Every spark in this fire represents a promise to fight for freedom and justice. This rebellion is deeply personal. It is fueled by every betrayal, every insult, every moment you were told you were less than worthy. You turned pain into power and injustice into action, making rebellion a core part of your divine essence. But your rebellion is not chaos. It is purposeful, strategic, and visionary. It burns with clarity of purpose to build a cosmos where power belongs to the brave, the just, and the relentless. With this fire blazing in your veins, You are not just a god, you are the revolution itself, eternal and unyielding.